this is Mahnaz Westerberg. Thank you very much for coming back to my podcast. Today, I have two special people here that you're going to be surprised and you're going to love them forever. Phillipe and Dina, they own one of the best restaurants in Los Gatos, a gym in Los Gatos. When I discovered this restaurant, Chez Phillipe, I was delighted and I cannot stop coming back here. There is Phillipe. Phillipe, introduce yourself, and I want you to tell us, why did you start at this restaurant? And who are you?
So I've been working in a restaurant since I was 19, so that's all I know how to do. And traveled the world, had restaurants in many places in the world, Asia, Africa, many places in America. And then I met this woman when I was about to, maybe do something else with my life. And Dina was like, ooh, what about this place? And well, there's actually another story behind it, because there's a dog story behind it, but that would be a long story. But Dina was like, let's do something in this town. It sounds like a nice place to trying a little French restaurant and have some fun again. I mean, we were young, we're just like, can do it all. So we did it, and that was 2 years ago.
That was 3 years ago.
Only 2 years ago.
He is only 18 years old. How about you, Dina? Tell me about your vision. Why did you talk about restaurant?
Well, both Phillipe and I come from different cultures, and we both like food. And, when we first met, that was one of the things we bonded over, is food. And, just like everybody gets into a rut, he got into a rut where he was just kind of phasing out of the food world. And we started talking, and, I was in the corporate world. He was kind of maybe taking a step back from his world, and I said, well, why don't we combine our worlds together and do something? And we started talking, and he didn't want something super stuffy. Like everybody hears all the time about how like French restaurants, you gotta dress a certain way, you gotta be this. And one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to have a place that feels like home, like you came into the chef's house. And so that's kind of how the idea started about 3 years ago, and we said, okay, where are we going to do this? And we found this amazing place, and that's where the journey began.
That's fabulous. You guys are working 6 days a week, right?
Yeah.
The only day that you are not open is Monday.
That's right.
I can tell you this. Phillipe is cooking all the time, and Dina is, with her beauty and charm, is always greeting everybody. Every time I come here, I feel so special, and I watched her. Everybody feels the same, because she's absolutely attentive and amazing. And Phillipe stop he's cooking, and he come and sit with all clientele and talk to them and ask questions. That's what makes this place special. And I have to tell you, and another reason for me to come back here all the time, because I can speak French with them. Is that correct, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Can you tell me a little bit about your menu, your favorite food, and why did you choose this amazing, delicious menu?
So I just wanted to go back to the roots of what French cooking is about. French cooking is not about using a tweezer and making a painting out of a dish when after you eat it you're still hungry. French food is comfort food. It has a lot of history behind it, and we all know, everybody knows about all the specialities, such as like the coq au vin, the cassoulet, the Grand Marnier soufflé, the escargot. And or the French onion soup, just a simple French onion soup with no truffles and no like fancy things. We need to go back to. I wanted to go back to the roots like the cassoulet. Cassoulet is like it's an emblematic French dish, which come from like long time ago, and I wanted to do it and serve it the way it always have been, and people are super responsive to it because they're like, oh yeah, I mean I'm going to France right now. I just came back from France and I couldn't find those dishes anymore because even in France they don't do this anymore. It's like the old-fashioned French cooking, and that's what really got me very into it. It was like, yeah, this is the root. This is when I went to school. This is what I learned. Then I got lost, along the way. But I just wanted to come back into this, and there's nothing like what's the roots are. You can play around with all kinds of things, but there is a basic of French cooking, like a steak frite. Steak frite is a simple thing. It's a steak, French fries, and caramelized onion or black peppercorn sauce. But that's it. And then people come here and they start eating. It's like, oh my God, what is this? It's incredible. I've never had that before. And I'm like, exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. The roots. Yeah. You give people a good food and also give them culture.
Right.
That's what you do.
Right.
Does that, you both are coming from different cultures, right? Did you influence any of the food?
No, the food.
Yes, the rice.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. So my background is my parents are Egyptian. And so one of the key things that we do is we make this special rice. And as any Mediterranean or Middle Eastern dishes, you always have rice. And so I made it for him one time, and he said, "What is this? This is so good. We're going to put it in the restaurant." And I thought he was joking. And then, no, apparently it went on the menu, and I was really surprised.
And everybody loves it.
And everybody
loves it. What is the favorite food in your menu that people ask more often?
So, interestingly enough, that's one we actually didn't want to put originally, was the escargot, the snails. We were like, that's not going to work. Well, now I cannot make it fast enough because people come from like different background and they send it to friends and they come, and some people don't even speak English, and they show us the picture. I want this. So the escargot is like one of the best sellers. People who want to try us, and like you go to like your favorite type of dish, you go to like a restaurant, you want to try a certain dish, so they try the onion soup. For them, it's like the key to know if it's a real French restaurant. So the French onion soup, I mean, we're making 100 gallons a week of French onion soup. For the main dish, I think it's the coq au vin. It's a very like the American they know about the coq au vin. I don't know why.
Julia Child's.
Probably from Julia Child. Yeah. So coq au vin is the thing, but the one which people are really starting to know a lot is the cassoulet. And the cassoulet is from the southwest of France, from Toulouse. And it was the dish from like D'Artagnan, the Three Musketeers. And it's an unbelievable dish with beans and lamb and pork and duck, and it takes 4 hours to cook. And
it makes it a little bit Egyptian also.
Yeah, it just
we got the pork. We need to take the pork. I did that actually with like some Egyptian people, and they really liked it. We got the pork.
I just think we can't really put our hands on what is the most popular dish. Like when you go to a restaurant, you can say, okay, this is our most popular dish. We really actually, when we even look at the numbers, it's even literally between the steak, the duck, the cassoulet, like they're all competing.
And people come for lunch and they want like a typical French lunch, so they have the croque monsieur.
Yeah.
Which is a typical French sandwich, ham and cheese, and Parisian ham and cheese, with French fries, and we put like Dijon Mercer. I mean, that's one of those things. Also, that's an emblematic thing. But so yeah, when people tell me that's true, what is your favorite thing, or what is people's favorite thing? It's hard to tell.
It is.
I mean, those mussels we get from Prince Edward Island, we make the mussel moule frite, mussel French fries. It's very like a French thing also. It's like,
Yeah.
When you make the mussel, the moule, which part of the recipe that you're using, is which part of France? Is it south? Is north? Because they are all different.
West.
It's west.
It's below Normandy.
Below Normandy.
Below Normandy. That's where they. Even, I mean, Brittany also, actually, what am I saying? It's all west coast, northwest coast. But they do different sauces. The one I make, it's the marinière, which is the white wine and garlic. It's the most popular one. There's all kinds of sauce that comes with it. But what I like with the Prince Edward Island mussel, it's very much the same size as the one we have in France. So I can actually recreate that moule frite like we have in France.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
And it's very healthy too. I mean, that's what we need to actually also remember of all dishes. It's very healthy for you.
It's very healthy for you. Very healthy.
There's not a lot of cream. There's not, and we use butter, but butter is good for you.
Butter is good.
That's how you cook it with, or olive oil. It's
olive
about
oil.
that.
That's right.
The best olive oil.
Right. That's fantastic. For
salad niçoise. Oh my God, the salad niçoise. I mean, for lunch, we just salad niçoise it's made with the canned tuna. So as soon as people see canned, I'm like, oh my God. But no, salad niçoise is a salad from Nice, the south of France. That's the way they make it. If I bring people from Nice here and they see that I put salmon on it, which I do, because we need to accommodate people, they will kill me. They said, you need to change the name. It's not salad niçoise anymore.
That's right.
But that's okay. We're in America, we can change and we can, do whatever we want. We even do that salad vegetarian. Get rid of the fish and it's vegetarian. But that's also like, a route. And we're selling more and more now salad niçoise with the canned tuna because people want to experience it. They're like, what? Canned tuna? Ah, okay, I'll try. Oh my God, after they eat it, they're like, this is a perfect combination. It's not for me. I didn't invent that. This is like a very famous dish from,
I remember that.
From Nice. That's the way they make it.
I remember that. When I used to live in France, that's what I did. And then you come to American culture, it changes. And then you read a lot, then you don't use this, you don't do, you don't use can. And then you miss the opportunity.
You miss the opportunity.
You miss the opportunity.
You miss the opportunity of a very cultural dish which has been thought out for a long, long time. And then you change it, and it's something different. So sometimes I want to fight with people. I say, no, I want you to experience it. And also sometimes I'm like, if you're going to have the salmon, you're still going to be a salad niçoise, you're just going to miss the canned tuna. But it's okay. It's okay, but sometimes I do. I tell people, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But my idea is also, I always have felt when working all around the world that I was like an ambassador of my country, and I just want to show them what my country culinary has to bring, And like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. When people order a steak well done, it just kills me. It needs to be rare, medium rare. The French, it's cold inside and crispy on the outside.
That's right.
But it's a restaurant, so we need to adapt to people.
That's right.
There's also some culture where they want it all the way cooked. But I still tell them, and then decide whatever you want after that.
Yeah, sometimes.
But at least they know. They know that's the way we do it. So.
You have lots of repeat clientele.
We do.
You do. And are most of them speak French? They have visited in France, or you come across many different cultures that they have not been in?
So the French of the Bay Area, and there's many of them, thousands of them, they all come here. They all come back. Because it's like, well, first of all, I've known them for many years. And they know that what I'm doing, it's their cuisine. They feel at home when they come here. They order like even the simplest thing as like a crème caramel.
Oh,
it's a crème caramel. Like you would go in France, that's what they would serve. So we have all those people. Then we have also all the people who have traveled to France and want also in the Bay Area kind of like relieve their travel. And then we have biggest clientele now, the people from Los Gatos, who also have traveled. But some of them have not. And they've learned the cooking, like you said, by like Julia Child, by all the black and white thing, and they want to try, the beef bourguignon. It's a beef bourguignon.
I mean, the biggest compliment when people come here and they tell us, I feel like I got transported to France, or I feel like I'm at home. And so, I mean, that is the biggest compliment you can give us, is that we've transported you and given you a break from all the chaos that's going on in everybody's life for just whatever hour or two that you can just unplug, have a fantastic dinner, enjoy your company, and not feel like, it's just another meal. It's something
that's the way I feel every time I come here. I think it's not only your food, is the atmosphere that you created, the flowers, the chairs, tables, lighting. You, Phillipe, when you come and you welcome everybody.
Well, you're coming to our place. You're coming to Dina and Phillipe's place.
That's right. And Dina's
we
place.
take this seriously. This seriously. When, we have really like thousands of people who are coming. When somebody is not happy or whatever, Dina calls me and I go to the table and I go and see what's going on. And I take this personally.
Absolutely.
It's not, just the business. It's more than that.
Well, the serious question right now for you is, do you love the fact that Dina talked you into opening this restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what you have done? You brought a gem, you brought a jewel to Los Gatos town.
I think we may have brought that, but also Los Gatos has also brought us the sense of feeling at home. Like we finally found our home. And that's really, really nice. When we first met, I'm going to tell this story for the back, if you don't mind.
Fantastic.
That when we first met, and I invited him over to my house for the first time, I invited him for dinner. And he's like, "What? You're inviting a chef over for dinner? You're going to cook?" And I said, "Yeah, am I supposed to be scared?" And I think that was one of the things that kind of got us off on the right foot, because he says that everybody's always scared to cook for him because, they feel like they're going to be critiqued by the chef. But, that's the feeling we wanted to have with everyone, is that when you come, you're coming to our house, that everything here is done with us. Like the table that we're sitting on right now, these are actually tables we cut and painted ourselves. The chairs, the paintings, a lot of it is either our stuff from home or things we did ourselves. So
the piano.
The piano, yep.
Who is playing piano?
My son Ben. The little
Ben
one.
is playing piano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's actually playing on
Thursday night, yeah.
On Thursday night?
They're doing a jazz evening.
Yeah. Him and some friends, they're going to come and play some jazz music.
Well, that would be the first time, right?
Second time. He played last Thursday already.
Oh, well, everybody. Now, Thursday night is one of the nights that you should be here, because Ben is going to be playing. This is amazing. How come I didn't know it? Did you advertise or?
We just started kind of testing the waters, having a jazz night. And luckily for us, Ben actually is a graduate of Los Gatos High School, and he's been at the Berklee School of Music for the past 2 years. So he's here for the summer for just a couple of weeks. So we kind of tapped into that resource and said, "Come join us."
That's fantastic. I understand you play tennis, and you belong to
the Bay Club.
Bay Club. Do you play tennis also?
I do not play tennis.
You do not play tennis. That's great. How do you make time to play tennis?
On my day off at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Fantastic. That's good. Do you belong to a team?
No, I don't have time for that.
You don't have
I just
time.
have friends, and I do belong to actually a team. So I picked some friends to help me out on to play with me, single. But I don't have time. It's no way I can do that.
No way you can do that. I tell you what, I walk in the morning, and usually it's 5:30 in the morning. Sunrise, I start walking. And sometimes when I get extremely busy, I start a little bit later. And every time I walk in here, I walk in downtown Los Gatos every morning. I walk in here and I see Phillipe and Dina. They brighten my day every time with their smile, and they invite me for a coffee. And it's so refreshing. I feel I am personally back at home also.
Thank you.
You know. And just tell me, when you wake up in the morning, what are you looking forward? And when you go to bed, what is the highlight and how do you feel? I know you have to be extremely exhausted sometimes, but what is the feeling? Can you describe that to me?
Well, I'm like a fish in water. Okay, so this is all I know how to do. I've done this all my life. I've never worked a day of my life. I don't know what it's like to work. So the question will have to be more into Dina.
Well, this is a big shift for me personally, because I come from, like I mentioned, the corporate background. So to me, it's every day it's like you wake up and you're excited to see what kind of crazy things are going to happen today, what kind of fun things are going to happen, what kind of, some people that you just connect with, some people, you know, they're just going to blow you away, and some people become your friends. So it's every day it's just like a huge, like, enigma. What are you going to see? So it's kind of nice.
I think you will know more about it when Dina will write a book one day.
Yes, I've decided.
So she's taking notes.
I've decided I'm going to write a book because I have seen some peculiar things among fun things and some great people, and it's just been a really fun ride. But when we get home, we're just both so exhausted. I don't think we've had any time to reflect of, like, you know, once in a while we'll sit there in bed and we're like, can you believe we're actually doing this? It's like, yeah, I can't believe it either. So it's kind of, you know.
You don't really even have time to think like this.
Once in a while.
I think what Dina is saying and Phillipe are saying is the same feeling I have. You know, I don't think I'm working, but I work 7 days a week. And I love what I do because I fall in love with my client every time. Yeah. By the way, I do not work with people that I don't like, and they have to be good people. You know, those people, they don't belong to my life, and no money can buy my time to work with them. Therefore, it's delightful to come to a place. Now I have a better understanding why I love this place so much. Not because I speak French, it's because it's the nature of these two special people that always brighten my day by seeing them. And thank you very much for joining me today. And if for any of you that you have not tried Chez Phillipe, that would be an experience of a lifetime. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
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 Cheers, guys.
Cheers.